Jimmy Kimmel has been spotted for the first time since his show was pulled off the air indefinitely, and his fellow late-night hosts are giving their thoughts.
But tonight, we are all Jimmy Kimmel. People across the country are shocked by this blatant assault on the freedom of speech.
To be honest with you all, I don't know what's going on. And no one does. People are worried that we won't keep saying what we want to say or that we'll be censored.
Are the naysayers and the critics right? Is Donald Trump stifling free speech?
Of course not, John.
Joining us now is Fox News contributor Joe Concha. Joe, how many times do we have to say it? Free speech applies to the government telling you what you can and can't say. It does not apply to a private employer benching an employee because the headaches that employee brings to the table are no longer worth the declining amount of money that employee brings in.
Thank you, Todd. Yes, this is not about free speech. This is about the free market. On free speech, Jimmy Kimmel isn't losing his ability to speak out and say whatever the heck he wants. He could run the Substack just like his friends Don Lemon, Jim Acosta, Joy Reid, Chuck Todd, and say whatever's on his mind there. The difference is he's not going to get paid $15, $16 million a year from Disney and ABC to do it. I mean, here's the thing. This was a last straw moment for Disney, ABC, the affiliates Nexstar, and Sinclair. This was such a disgusting lie about the shooter of a father and Charlie Kirk of two young children, a husband, the only son of a mom and dad. As for everyone on the other networks that are, screaming about, hey, this is a chilling attack on free speech, here's some questions for you people to chew on. Was Kimmel losing millions for Disney and ABC? Yes, he was. Was Kimmel an absolute PR nightmare and horrible for the brand representing Disney and ABC? Yes, he was. And were the affiliates, Sinclair, Nexstar, finally fed up with Kimmel after he blatantly, intentionally lied about Charlie Kirk's shooter? Yes. So from a business decision, this was a no-brainer. Because in the end, what's the free market? It's supply and demand, Todd and Carly. The supply here is that in Kimmel's case, it was patently toxic. It was bad for the brand. As for demand, it was almost non-existent. I mean, barely more than 1 million viewers a night. He was easily doubled, sometimes tripled by our Greg Gutfeld. So that's how you become an late-night host. It's not about free speech. It's about the free market.
However, Joe, Nexstar has that $6 billion deal on the line that does need FCC approval. And that appears to be the crux of the argument when it comes to government overreach and First Amendment. So quickly, what about that?
So the money is important here. But again, if the merger doesn't go through because if you're on the other side of that merger and you're buying this company and you say, hey, by the way, you got this guy in late night that is, let's put it this way, openly was laughing about Luigi Mangione shooting the CEO of United Healthcare, Brian Thompson, in the back, talking about how, oh boy, his staffers think he's so hot and those abs and his eyebrows. That's not good for the brand. When you had Jimmy Kimmel talking about how he was happy that, for instance, who was it again? Oh, it was, that's right. Mike Pence was taking the vaccine for the first time after COVID and said, he should just drink a bottle of Clorox and be done with it. You're kind of rooting for somebody to die in that case. So I could go on and on as far as like different things. Oh, yeah. By the way, during COVID also, Carly, he said that if you never got the COVID shot, if you're unvaccinated, if you go to the hospital, they should reject you and you should die. I mean, I could go on. But again, I go back to the brand. And if you're buying a company and there's a really cancerous thing within that brand, you have to remove the tumor before that actual merger can go through. So that's kind of the way I look at it, that, yeah, it may have to do something with that merger or that purchase. But at the same time, you can't, if you're buying something, you want to make sure the car is running well. And Jimmy Kimmel was part of that car, and he was making sure that engine was spewing out some horribly toxic stuff out of the muffler. Yeah. Get rid of that, and then, let it go through. Does that make sense?
It does. And I think it's clear that if he had just said this on Friday, immediately after the shooting, I think, and then didn't say anything else about it, I think he'd still have a job. It's the fact that after we got stipulated, uncontroverted evidence that this guy was connected to the left is when he doubled down and it became a lie, and that was a bridge too far for Nexstar, Sinclair, and ABC. Joe Concha, thank you, sir.
Thank you, Joe.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.